Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We will talk Browns and NFL football. We'll talk Cavs and NBA basketball. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Up until 2018, who was the only player in the NFL history to have rushed for a 99-yard touchdown? I will have the answer later in the podcast. Moving on to some Browns news. The NFL's new league year is underway, but it didn't come with a flurry of activity as it usually does. Teams are unable to make moves from the tampering period official until physicals are completed and contracts are signed. Something complicated by rules put in place in response to the COVID-19 virus, which is the coronavirus. But still, life is going on in the NFL, and teams are still agreeing to terms and trades. And here's the latest from around the NFL and what the Browns have done so far. JoJo Nansen should help boost the return game. The Browns are agreeing to sign wide receiver returner JoJo Nansen to a 1-year, $1 million, source said. He spent the last 2 years with the Rams. They've added a quarterback who can play inside too. Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com confirming Browns have agreed to a 1-year deal with cornerback Kevin Johnson, $3.5 million, and it can increase to $6 million. We will see. They've also added some defensive line help. Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com also confirming Browns agreed to terms with former Bengals defensive tackle Andrew Billings, and there's some also Joe Schobert is headed to Jacksonville with a 2-year, $16 million contract, and Christian Kirksey signed a 2-year, $16 million contract with the Green Bay Packers. Former Browns quarterback Colt McCoy has signed with the Giants, and Demarius' return to the Browns is highly unlikely because he's looking to be a free agent, the Rams have released Todd Gurley, and he's not the only one to get released. The 49ers have released Mike Pearson as well, and there was a few others, the Broncos have moved on from Joe Flacco, and now he joins a list of Super Bowl MVP quarterbacks looking for work, and Foles was traded from Philadelphia to Tampa Bay as well, and so that's just some of the stuff that's been going on in the NFL, and I will have more of that my next podcast of some more Browns news. Now moving on to some Cavs news. Larry Nance Jr. is adding his name to the growing list of athletes pitching in as the coronavirus pandemic continues to spread around the world. The Cleveland Cavaliers big man has donated $100,000 to food banks across the Cleveland and Akron areas, and is hoping more will join him. And Nance Jr. says, "Just happy to be able to support the communities that have supported me." Nance gave $50,000 to Akron Canton Regional Food Bank, and another $50,000 to the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. The Ohio State native has a long history in the Buckeye State. His father, Larry Nance Sr., was a 3-time All-Star who played for the Cavs from 1988 to 1994, and was a high school star in Akron before turning pro after getting drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers in 2015, excuse me. and he was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2018, where he took up his father's retired number, 22. Now, as you know, we're still waiting with the NCAA tournaments being canceled. The Buckeyes have been declared the NCAA champions, but I say yeah, right to that. But with college football, the Buckeyes will remain at number 19 rank in college football. So number 10 rank in college football. Excuse me. So I just wanted to let you know that, and hopefully they'll have a good year next year. Carlos Santana could beat the shift, and he is the Indians' first baseman, and he had 36.4. He had I think a 296 batting average, and he had 36.4 runs singles, and had runs 21.4 runs batted in, and 36.5 hits up the middle, and so he could really be a really good hitter for the Tribe this year, as well as catching behind the plate. So keep that in mind, and there also could be some second chances when spring training gets back underway, because the baseball season may not start up until mid to late May or in June. So I'll keep you posted on that. I'll have final thoughts in just a moment, but right now it is time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Up until 2018, who was the only NFL player in the NFL history to have rushed for a 99-yard touchdown? And if you said Tony Dorsett, you are correct. And in 2018, Derrick Henry matched the record set by Tony Dorsett as a member of the Dallas Cowboys in 1982. Now, getting back to the Browns and the new league year, I think the Browns made some good moves today in the NFL free agency market, and I think I said yesterday signing Andrew Billings was a good move, and I really feel that these moves that the Browns are making are really going to benefit them for the season, and they are looking to sign some more players as well. So I will keep you posted on that, what I will do. And I feel signing Kevin Johnson was a good move for the Browns, and JoJo Natson as well, because they can really help. And I really feel that besides Andrew Billings being signed as well. Now I think it's great that Nance is really adding his name to the list of players pitching in with the coronavirus preempting the season right now, and I really feel him donating to the Akron and Cleveland food banks was just great. And I read some advice that Kevin Love gave to the Cavs fans and players, and I feel it was some great advice. And I really think you should really take that advice that Kevin Love has really given the Cavs fans and players and all of Northeast Ohio, because it really can help us get us through these times with the coronavirus confining us to home. And reaching out to our friends and family online or over the phone is really the best thing to do. And I've been reaching out to mine on Facebook, and I know I have 34 subscribers, and right now on my YouTube channel I'm hoping to get more, but I really reach out to my friends on Facebook. I talk to them on the phone, and I really feel that that's just the best way to go about this. And I agree wholeheartedly with Kevin Love, and so that's really what we need to do through these times right now. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back with another podcast this weekend, probably on Sunday, but until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.